This is LeBron James, four-time NBA champion and MVP, one of the greatest players in NBA history. And this is LeBron's old boss, Dan Gilbert, owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Here's a true story of he loves me not. How about a little beef, shall we? In 2003, LeBron James drafted number 1 overall by the Cleveland Cavaliers. The hometown favorite was labeled by Sports Illustrated as the chosen one, was coming right out of high school with expectations through the roof of becoming one of the league's top players, pushing the strugglers Cavaliers franchise over the hump. Fast forward to March 2005, Quicken Loan CEO Dan Gilbert becomes majority owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers franchise. For the next 5 years, LeBron and Dan Gilbert experienced a lot of success in the Eastern Conference, making it to the playoffs each year, including an NBA Finals appearance in 2007, where they fell short to the San Antonio Spurs in 4 games. MVP awards, All-Star appearances, a winning franchise. What else could you really ask for? Where's the beef? Here lies 2010. LeBron James' last year before free agency. The Cavaliers, who for the last few years have come up short versus the Boston Celtics, were facing their arch rivals once again in the 2010 semifinal round. After being up 2-1 on Boston, LeBron and the Cavaliers lost 3 in a row to lose the series 4-2. Questions immediately lingered: what was LeBron James going to do in the upcoming free agency period? During the televised announcement known as the infamous decision, LeBron James decided and announced to the world that he is taking his talents to South Beach. The live televised special led to some very distasteful words from the owner, Dan Gilbert. In a letter posted to the team's website the night LeBron announced he was going to Miami, Cavs owner wrote, "Some people think they should go to heaven, but not have to die to get there." He had a personal guarantee that Cleveland would win a title before LeBron would. Also said that the self-declared former king will be taking the curse with him down south from Cleveland until he does right by Cleveland. Dan Gilbert also said LeBron James' departure was a cowardly betrayal, a shameful display of selfishness, and the exact opposite lesson of what we would want our children to learn. Now, the NBA fined down Gilbert at the time $100,000 for his comments, but it didn't stop him from continuing to speak on the matter. Matter of fact, in 2011, after LeBron James' Miami team lost to the Dallas Mavericks in the finals, Dan Gilbert tweeted, "Congratulations to Mark Cuban and the entire Mavs organization. Mavs never stopped and now entire franchise get rings. Old lesson for all, there are no shortcuts. None." Dan Gilbert's reaction really crossed many lines, including something that LeBron James will never forget. In a GQ magazine interview back in October 2011, LeBron James said that he felt that the letter was related to his blackness. Now, King James went on to win more hardware in Miami, including 2 championships, an MVP award, while the daunted Cleveland Cavaliers franchise lived in purgatory of the NBA lottery year after year after year. In 2014, LeBron James had another decision to make after his Miami Heat team lost in 5 games by a record margin in the NBA Finals to the San Antonio Spurs, who LeBron beat the year prior to win his 3rd ring. With reports of friction between LeBron and Miami's front office swirling, stories started to develop about LeBron James possibly returning to Cleveland. Oh, this beef is about to taste really good. There was some speculation that Dan Gilbert's presence, however, was going to actually botch a possible deal for LeBron to return back in 2014. If it wasn't for that letter, this would have been done a while ago, one source had told ESPN in early July 2014. Even after being fined, Gilbert's letter remained on the Cavs website for 4 years and was removed only days before the free agency period of 2014 began. Years later, Dan Patrick said a source told him that LeBron even tried to get the Pistons and Cavs to switch ownership before signing. LeBron James clearly did not want to play for Dan Gilbert the second time around. He wanted to go back to Cleveland. He didn't want to play for Dan Gilbert, according to Dan Patrick. In the wake of the decision, Gilbert was also one of the most vocal owners in opposition to bending players in the CBA negotiations. Once James had signaled that he was considering going home, Dan Gilbert flew to Florida in summer 2014 to reconcile. Dan Gilbert said, "We had 5 great years together and one terrible night. I told LeBron I wish I had never done it, that I wish I could take it back." Gilbert also said, "I told LeBron the letter didn't hurt anybody more than it hurt me." Which, okay, it was left on the website until the week before meeting, but okay, whatever. LeBron echoed the sentiment, "We had a bad moment and it just overshadowed all the great times we had together. Now we're back together. We both have something in common, and that's to bring a championship to the city." Immediately in 2015, LeBron James took the Cavaliers to the finals, losing to the Golden State Warriors. However, the following year, 2016, LeBron James kept his promise, and after being down 3-1, leads the Cleveland Cavaliers to their first championship. But history shows when it comes to the Cleveland franchise, when it gets good, it gets bad real quick. And this is where the beef comes full circle. In 2017, the NBA offseason, yet another free agency period for King James, the Cavaliers organization was rocked internally with some major moves before the start of the regular season. First came GM David Griffin, who was allowed to just walk away in June of 2017. Then in a blockbuster request, Kyrie Irving demands a trade and gets dealt to the rival Boston Celtics. This was pretty much the icing on the cake of the beef because LeBron made it perfectly clear to front office and Dan Gilbert not to trade Kyrie Irving, and he would try to figure out whatever was wrong. After those moves, LeBron felt like he couldn't trust the Cavs owner. That following offseason, LeBron left the Cavaliers for a second time to join the LA Lakers, in which he took his 4th championship journey in 2020 and another MVP for the NBA Finals. While the Cavaliers franchise on the other end is still experiencing non-existence, rumors have been that Dan Gilbert is interested in selling the team and LeBron maybe want to become a buyer. I swear, y'all, this beef just keeps getting refrigerated and reheated. What do y'all think about LeBron James and Dan Gilbert, the beef and the history? This is the Mitchell Report. I'm Seven Mitchell. I need your thoughts on all of this ridiculousness. If you guys can remember what happened, the letter, the night of the decision, what were y'all initial reactions? Let me get some thoughts in the comment section. This is the Mitchell Report. I'm Seven Mitchell. Y'all have a good one.